Hello, everyone. Welcome back to ZESTY ZOY POD. It's been a while, second episode of the year, but today I'm joined by NBA expert analyst, expert NBA gamer, Mr. Roji.
What's up, Stanley? Glad to be on, man. How are things going with you? I mean, I guess we already asked this question because we were talking before, but
Yeah,
for the
it's
podcast,
going pretty good. I
Mhm.
haven't been watching I haven't been watching too much NBA since the finals. Only just been watching some Victor highlights, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know if it's possible to watch NBA once the finals are done.
yeah, yeah.
That's fair, man.
I guess today's main goal of today's episode is just to break down the draft prospects and potential, I guess, the picks and possibly maybe some roster moves that some ambitious teams are willing to make before the draft happens in a couple of
Yeah,
days.
you want to also talk about the Bradley Beal trade too?
Oh yeah, sure. The Bradley Beal trade.
You know,
That's pretty breaking news.
so I want to hear what your opinion is. Dude, I actually love the trade, but I wonder what you think.
I think it's a good trade, but in terms of Phoenix overall, it doesn't help them
Mm.
because
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like it's like the trade only made you better because like no matter what, Bradley Beal is better than Chris Paul and Landry Shamet. But they need a wing or they need like a good like power forward or something because they or like a small forward because like right now the roster is like what Beal, Booker, Durant, like Josh Okogie and DeAndre Ayton.
Terrence
Like you got
Ross,
yeah,
Raptors
so it's
legend.
like yeah, I don't know if Josh Okogie got like the offensive juice. I don't know if Terrence Ross got the defensive juice, but it's like I think they can at least make the conference finals like next season if everyone's healthy. Because like Beal is very good off ball, so I'm not really too worried about the fit there. Um, yeah, the problem is like if they go up against like a Jokic or like who's a very good forward in the West, even if the Clippers are healthy, if you go up against one of those, like you make it cooked.
Yeah,
So like maybe in the off season they need to trade like DeAndre Ayton and get like pieces for depth because I don't think Ayton's as important if you get two like good defensive pieces. But if you can't, then I just keep him. But yeah, I try to trade DeAndre Ayton. What do you think of this, the Suns and the Beal and shit?
I just think like with the amount of resources they have, I think they're pretty cooked actually. But they're really pretty entertaining to watch. Like it's pretty hype. Like yeah, Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, they both overlap a lot, but they both could also play on and off ball. So I think that's still not like completely wrecking their synergy. Um,
Yeah, and also like Bradley Beal is like good rim pressure, which I think like Kevin Durant and Booker kind of like. I mean, they have it, but like Bradley Beal's like very good at it. I think he's like shooting like 60%, like from the paint or something. So like that's one thing he provides. But then he also has length too. So like if
yeah,
Booker plays a point, you could play like a decent job at the two. But the problem with the West is like everyone's big. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like the Grizzlies are big, the Nuggets are big, the Clippers are two big wings. I guess the Warriors aren't big, but like that's the problem, right? So you're most likely gonna be defending people who are like bigger than you. So like that's why they really need like a strong four, and they just you have to run KD at the three.
yeah. But like do you think they'll like tank the regular season? Do you think like they'll rest KD more as it's getting older? And if they get a bad playoff position, then they might flame out before the conference finals.
So it's like I like to think they're not gonna tank. It really depends on availability. Like if I were to guess, let's say just for example, like we'll look at like a pretty bad situation. Let's say Booker plays 50 games, Durant like 45, and Beal he plays 50. I think or 55. I think Beal play a lot of games. He just didn't play a lot in Washington because they tanked. I
Yeah,
think they'll probably comfortably get like a top five seed or a top four seed. Um, yeah, I feel like they can't afford to get like anything lower than that because like if you go up against like the Nuggets or something first round, like your season might just end there.
yeah,
So yeah, and also they need to play together too just to figure out the fit because even though Bradley Beal will fit like well, like if Durant to the Warriors needed a few games to fit, then this will definitely need a few games to fit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah, I think they can still do it just because I think the West just isn't that great. Like it's good, but it's not like great in terms of like top end talent, like apart from maybe like the Nuggets or like the Grizzlies when healthy. Because this team should be able to beat the Kings pretty comfortably because aren't the best defensive team. But yeah, it's just about how much games they can play together, and I feel like if they can play like let's just say 60 games with all three of their stars, I'd say they have a good chance of winning the whole thing.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the big
okay.
if.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Uh,
guess. Yeah, I guess I kind of agree with that, but I just don't like Devin Booker, and I doubt their playoff abilities.
that's fair. And also, yeah, I probably should like, get this out of the way. I love the Wizards when they had Beal, so I'm kind of
Yeah.
biased. I probably should have said that the first thing,
No, all good,
but
all good.
yeah, yeah. Unless we have any more opinions on that, we can go into like some of these draft rumors
Yeah.
um and yeah, if you have any opinions on who they should take at 13, we can go through that too. I'm actually more interested in like, have you heard the rumors about the whole like the Charlotte Hornets pick and like the Blazers pick and all like the rumors around trades regarding those?
Yeah, yeah, like there's so much Dame rumors like over the last few weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like I think all the Pelican stuff is smoke because it's real convenient that it's coming out now. You know what I mean? Like of
Yeah.
all times, like now, I just feel like it's way too convenient. Like at least the Dame stuff was kind of built up a bit over the last 2 seasons, even though I don't think he'd be traded. At least
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense, right? Because he wants to use it as leverage, or maybe if the team's just horrible, he might just request a trade. But his
Mhm.
Pelican stuff is just way too convenient. Like it's really convenient that right when Portland really wants to trade the pick, suddenly this other like superstar becomes available, and like we know you and I both know Zion's not going to get traded. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if you trade Zion and he becomes an all NBA team, you're gonna lose your job. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I don't think Zion's available. I don't know what you think about the Pelicans in general. Like if you think they should make any big trades, but I think the Pelicans honestly should just run it back, maybe get like a veteran or something. Like they then benefit from getting Chris Paul, but I don't know if Chris Paul wants to go there. But yeah. So the Pelicans, I think probably just aren't gonna do much. And I think Portland's trading three to either the Bulls or the Raptors. But I wonder what you
Oh.
think about that.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but I don't know. It's because like there were like rumors about like Masai being like really tough on trades and like being a bit stingy, I guess. But
Mm.
I don't know if Raptors are willing to give up Siakam yet because Van Vliet's leaving, but I'm not sure if we just want to go full rebuild. Because
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like if Scoot's there, man, dude, like that's hard to like. Because thing is, I know like Siakam was like better than maybe like the average case of Scoot is like at best like Scoot might reach close to Siakam, like in let's say the average case.
Mhm.
But the thing is like the problem with the Raptors isn't necessarily like the roster, even though I think the roster is flawed. It's the cap flexibility because like you might survive this season. Like let's say you let like Fred go and everyone else comes back, but then you gotta extend Siakam and OG, and I think like I don't know how you do that and manage to get any kind of depth pieces to try to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think like either this offseason or next offseason something has to happen, and next offseason's draft next year's draft is not the best as you've probably seen. Um, so it's like I feel like this is the offseason that you have to do something with and trading one of those guys, and it's like
Wait, not to
what's
mean to
up?
cut you, but
No,
next
go ahead.
offseason, there's Bronny, which could mean Bronny and LeBron.
Remember, we don't have a first round pick
Oh.
or a second round pick. So we can't get that's so it's
Never
like
mind.
you have to get the pick somehow. But it's like
Yeah.
honestly I think Bronny's a pretty decent prospect. Like I've watched some film. I was actually going to write a scouting report on him, but I decided not to. But I think he's pretty good. I honestly just think he's gonna be like maybe like a 75 percentile case, like a six man, which I
Mhm.
think could be pretty good. I mean, obviously he's LeBron James kid, so he can do anything. But I think if you're drafting him with that in mind, it's not gonna be too bad. But in terms of the Raptors, I think you have to do something either this offseason or at the trade deadline. And it's like you if you're not gonna trade them now, one of them is gonna go anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it like this pick number three is like golden, especially because I think like Siakam is a better player than Zach LaVine, and he's also more available than Zach LaVine, and he plays more minutes than Zach LaVine. So it's like Zach LaVine's like the offensive bucket, but Siakam complements Dame a lot better, and you don't have to worry about injury history with Siakam. So I think like this might age really badly. I think most likely Siakam's gone on Thursday,
Um,
but
I'd be hyped to get Scoot, like Scoot
yeah, and
plus
it seems
Scotty.
like have you heard the rumors too about like Michael Jordan like watched like Brandon Miller play and he's like this is the guy.
He's out. He's out though, right? Michael
Yeah, no, but
Jordan.
he's not. It's not the sale's not complete yet. It's like one of the last things he's doing.
Oh.
So apparently like the Hornets staff love Brandon Miller, and like Scoot like has been like just kind of okaying a person. And I
Hmm.
think like because like if you think about it, like a bad workout is what made us pick Scotty over Suggs, right? So like it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
And if Miller is second, I'm quite confident Scoot will not be wearing a Blazers uniform.
Yeah.
Unless like the only way he doesn't go to the Bulls or Raptors if like the Clippers are just like, yo, just screw this, we'll trade you Paul George. Like that's the only way I think he goes to, like a different team. If some team just comes out of nowhere. But yeah, I'm pretty excited because I think like yeah, I love Scoot's game. Like I watched like fair amount of like G League highlights and
Hmm.
I read some draft profiles and he's just like a fun player to watch. Like I can't tell you exactly like how he's gonna end up as a player because I just don't think he has like the shot of maybe like a De'Aaron Fox right now.
Hmm.
So it's hard to predict where he's actually gonna end up in terms of like what percentile outcome he's gonna reach. He's All Star, All NBA. I think whoever drafts him could be really happy.
Yeah. But oh yeah, but all this is talk is if Charlotte doesn't pick.
Yeah, if Charlotte picks Scoot, this is all over. Like
Yeah.
I think that pick probably stays with the Blazers. And everything's gonna get boring. I think the Raptors will probably trade OG for like some I don't know Zaire Williams or something like that. Like it's like
Yeah.
yeah, we really need Charlotte to come through here.
Yeah. Like maybe yeah. Because they already have LaMelo Ball, I guess Michael Jordan might be convinced to just get Brandon Miller.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I've never asked what your opinion is though. What do you think of this whole shenanigans? Like, do you think like, would you trade Siakam? Would you like go for the third pick? Would you actually do something different and like package 13 and like I don't know Trent and try to move up to like 5 or 6 and get like a Thompson twin? Like, what do you think?
yeah, I kind of don't want to give up Siakam because like he's pretty much a fan favorite hometown hero
Yeah,
since the finals of like 4 years ago. Um, but yeah, I just like after the playing game, I just don't see any direction this team is going if we keep the core as it is. It's going to be hard
mm.
to extend like Trent, OG, Siakam, Van Vliet, and eventually Scotty. I don't even know if we want to
Yeah,
keep Scotty after the sophomore slump. We'll start have to see him next year.
and also like if Siakam's like contract is like $17 million or something, it's like damn, like you can't trade that. But his contract's like big and it's only gonna get bigger, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it's tough. And also like I'm kind of with you on Scotty. Like I'm not like a hater or anything, but it's like I think we should just be happy if he turns into like a Ben Simmons who's not afraid to like shoot. I mean, he won't shoot well, but not afraid to shoot. I think we should just be happy at that and not expect to go any further because it's
Yeah.
like you can only like see what a player shows you, right? And Scotty's tendencies has never been like the number one like hooper, like he's gonna hit you with like a step back, like he's never been that guy, right? So it's like even like the top end outcome, which maybe the Raptors could reach with like a new coach, is probably not going to project to be like a number one scorer.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be like he's gonna be like a good connecting piece. Like maybe you can get an all-star connecting piece. Like Ben Simmons done it, Draymond has done it, Sabonis to some extent has kind of done it. So it's like you could definitely do that, but that's not you can't just finish with your team like that, right? And also
Yeah.
considering the Raptors already have a lot of connector pieces like Siakam, and even Fred. There's gonna be some clash there, and I think like you need to like add one more guy with Scotty. It doesn't even have to be anyone too crazy. Like if you get like Simons by himself for like OG, that's not even too bad either.
Yeah.
Like you just need one guy, so like your whole like future doesn't depend on one dude.
Yeah.
Like if you look around the league, like the Grizzlies came up with Jaren and Ja, right? I mean, Phoenix tried everything. They had like Booker, Bridges. Who's that guy? Josh Jackson. Like they tried like the good strat is you have like multiple pieces and you hope that one or two of them pan out.
Yeah.
Um, and we have like one, so we definitely need to make a move. And I think like if everything goes well next season, it should be fun. But it's the Messiah. You never know. He could just like he's the type of guy. He might see Pascal for three. Scoot could be there. Freaking LeBron could be there. He could be like, nah. I think I'm happy with the team. You know.
Yeah.
You never know. But I'm actually curious on one thing though. What do you think of Victor Wembanyama? I'm like I really like him, but I think people are putting way too high expectations on him. I'm seeing stuff people saying like he's gonna make the Spurs like a playoff team immediately. I'm seeing stuff like he's gonna be like an all-star in his first year. I'm like, this is like too much, bro. Like,
It's hard.
like
We've never
not,
seen a player like him before. That's why there's so much hype. So
yeah, it's like,
it could be. Yeah, I think his I guess his floor is like pretty good, pretty solid. I guess that's why it's a
mm,
no-brainer draft him number one. Like he's so tall and he already has so much skills in his kit. So I think like he could still be like a pretty good like modern center. But yeah, it's like kind of like Shet. Like if he gets injured after like one random summer like scrimmage game, then it's over. But
yeah, I kind of agree with you there. And also, I think one thing with Vic is like when he gets drafted, his game's gonna be extremely matchup dependent. So it's like
yeah,
he's gonna like drop. I could see him where he drops like 30, 10, and like 5 blocks on the Hornets, and then he drops like 8 points against the Lakers. You know what I mean? I could easily see that
yeah.
being the case just because like he's strong, but like for his size, um, he needs to learn like either like super finesse moves or learn how to use his strength to like stop people from AD from like bodying him on defense. So I could see him as being like you can like go to each game and kind of predict how he's gonna do. I mean, I wouldn't bet because you know what these guys, you know what
Yeah.
DraftKings is gonna do, right? Like you never
Yeah.
know. But yeah, he give you a certain amount of comfortability and like how he's gonna do stats wise. Kind of like similar how like for a while in like 2020, like when Siakam plays, you can kind of like based on how good the defense is, you know how he's gonna do. Like if they have like a strong power forward and a strong center, he's probably not gonna drop like 30,
Mhm,
right? And this I feel it's gonna be more exaggerated, Vic. But
mhm.
yeah, I think the Spurs are a great spot for him. Like to be honest, like I'm happy it's them and not like the Rockets, the Hornets, the Blazers. Because I think if the Blazers got him, they'd just be bailed out of having to take any kind of initiative and have any kind of ambition with their team. So, so it's like I'm happy that the Blazers are in a spot where they have to make a choice, and Victor's in a spot where like he can just take his time, like learn how to become like a productive NBA player, star, and there's no like rush. It's not like if he doesn't play well in the first year, like the franchise is gonna like trade all their assets or something.
Mhm.
Like if he goes like I know I hyped him up going to the Raptors, but I think going to the Raptors would actually be pretty bad for Vic because like if he doesn't immediately perform, like the team is like cooked pretty much, right? And also like then like he also needs shooters around him too, most likely. Right? He's not the center to start his career, I don't think. Or at least he should like do like some half duties, maybe half center, half power forward.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think the Spurs are a really good spot for him.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't say yeah, it's probably one of the best fitting teams.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
they need a center and they have like Keldon Johnson. They they have some
yeah.
young talent, so
Apparently, they're trying to get another first round pick. They're trying to draft a guard.
oh
Yeah, so that's what I see on Twitter and such. But I actually have a question for you, actually, about going
yeah.
back to the Raptors. Have you heard the news that Portal might not re-sign if we go rebuild?
Jakob Hurdle?
Yeah, this is like Shams too. This isn't like some like
Oh,
random guy. I think it's either Shams or someone like somewhat noteworthy.
I don't think Jakob Hurdle is that good. But like he's okay, but like he's not gonna make a difference in the long run, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's like I'm cool. Like, listen, man, if it's Scooter Pirtle, like I'm sorry, Jakob, bro. Like, but it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, man. If he says that and like we get Scoot, like, yeah, Pirtle, you're gonna have to go, buddy. Like, like you're good, but you're
yeah,
not gonna stop me from getting like this, all-star prospect, pretty much.
yeah,
And I also think there's also like some leverage situation too, because like, who is Pirtle gonna go to for $20 million a year apart from the Raptors? Like, I don't think the Hornets
yeah.
are gonna pay him 20 million. Like, um, because they'd rather do someone younger. And I think they have like a bunch of centers and stuff. Like don't they have like Kai Jones or something? But actually, I guess he's not getting minutes. But like apart from maybe like a team with cap space and no center, like the Hornets, like there's really no competition to sign him. Because the Rockets would rather get a point guard. So
Hmm.
I think it's just like Fugaze. Like I think he's just gonna come back and he's gonna forget all this stuff happened. But yeah, but now Fred is the interesting one because this guy actually does have the gall to be like, you're not paying me the extra $5 million a year. Well, I'm gonna go straight to the Rockets, and I'm gonna like it. So I'm wondering what you think is gonna happen with Fred.
think it's gone. Like,
I think he's going to, especially if we get Scoot. I think if we get Scoot, like, yeah, I can't get financial advice, but I was gonna say like, you feel quite confident that he's not a Raptor. Uh, and it's like he's also like the guy too. Like I don't want him playing next to Scoot, like unless he
Yeah.
accepts his role. Cause like yo, like if I see Scoot like drive, get help, kick out the Van Vliet, and like he misses open three, like I don't know what I would do, bro. Like, like I guess it's a good shot, but
Yeah.
like his percentages are not good, like for like how he was before. And I remember I saw something on like Reddit, and people talking about like Anthony Simons. They're saying like, "Oh, I don't know if Anthony Simons is that good." Well, if you look at Anthony Simons' 3-point shooting splits, he is shooting his worst 3-point shooting season since like the second season is as good as Fred VanVleet's best 3-point shooting
Yeah.
season to the percentages. So it's like I know that's not exactly how it works, but in terms of like shot creation, ball handling, any kind of like offensive ability in the mid range, like he's a far better player than Van Vliet. So it's like you can't get too attached to this guy in the sense that like you need him. I mean, I think Van Vliet's a great player. I think he'll elevate the like a team like the Rockets if he goes there. Even if he goes like the Magic, I think he'll make any team he goes to better. But if it's between like an all-star prospect and him, then he's got to be the one to go. Because also, if you trade for pick three, that guy is gonna cost more money than if you just pick someone at 14 and leave it at that, right? 'Cause I think it's like pick
Yeah.
3 and 4 gets like 10 million, and pick 14 gets like 5 or 6. So that's gonna matter. Um, yeah, I mean, I love Van Vliet. Like, I really came to like his game a bit more after the season, but it's just like it's a shame that these guys are all just like getting kind of like they're kind of like moving away from the Raptors timeline because like I love to keep
Yeah.
Siakam, love to keep Van Vliet. Honestly, like trying to kind of neutral on, but it's just it's just not going to work in terms of money. Like, and
Yeah.
MLSC is not a team that's going to pay the luxury tax for his team.
Yeah. Unless they sell Kawhi, they
Yeah,
are
yo, if
left
Kawhi
with.
comes back, whew. Yo, if Kawhi comes back, I think we might be slightly worse because I don't think we'll make the playoffs because he can't low manage. But
Yeah.
but yeah. Do you think the Rockets are anything of note here? Like I know we talked about the top three a lot. Do you think the Rockets could come any kind of play, like trade the pick or do anything? Because I heard stuff that they want to like actually compete because they don't have the pick next year.
Yeah. I don't know because they're still super young and they kind of need a veteran or like James if James Harden goes back, that'd be pretty that'd
Yeah,
be
what are
actually
the
pretty
odds you
hype.
think? What do you think the odds you think Harden goes back? I mean, no betting, but your personal odds.
I just don't know though. It's like you're going back to it's like you have a lot of young talent, but they kind of suck. Like unless if the strip clubs are that good,
Yeah,
you know,
yo, yo, do you think Philly is like actually like? Do you think Philly's like good?
they're good
Like when
because they
you
have
watch,
Embiid, but
like when
they,
you
they, they,
watch them, like don't you feel like something's like missing? Like don't you think they need like a dog or something? Like imagine if Marcus Smart's on like the Sixers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's like
yeah,
I feel like the Sixers like need like a dog, and I don't think Harden or Embiid like they're great players, but they're not like that alpha dog like personality. Not like a Draymond. I mean, I don't like Draymond too much, but for obvious reasons. But but they're not like a even like Van Vliet has like some kind of like presence when like we're on the court. Like you feel some kind of like security in the sense like okay, like I know he's not like Chris Paul or anything, but Van Vliet can like get people in order, get people to follow like directions, maybe set up plays or something like that. Now,
Mhm.
when they get the rebound or when they get the ball, they're just gonna shoot. I don't know. Can't control that. But
Yeah.
I think they need someone like that. And I think like if Harden leaves, like Van Vliet's great replacement. But yeah, I don't know if this the Harden Houston thing is like just leverage or if he's actually gonna leave.
I don't know. Like if he stays in Philly, he still gets like guaranteed like probably mid to high seed in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Because Embiid's still in his prime. They still have like solid role players like Tyrese
Yo,
Maxey.
Embiid's turning 30, bro.
Damn. Yeah.
Like I didn't believe that when I saw it. Like I thought he was like turning like 25, like our age, or oops, don't want to dox you. I mean, we're 20, we're 31, but I thought Embiid was turning like 30, right? But like
Yeah.
I thought he's turning 25, but he's man turning 30. He's like he might only have like 1 or 2 more years, so it's like just pay him, bro. Just pay Harden more. Like I know it sucks to say, but it's like here's the way I see it, right? If you lose Harden, like unless you get Van Vliet, you're gonna be so much worse, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you don't want to go to luxury tax for Harden, but like, I hate to use this against you, Philly, but you had no problem maxing Tobias Harris. So it's
Yeah.
like,
That's true.
so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, oh, Tobias Harris, you're worth all this extra money, and then like Harden, like, now we're not gonna pay 5 million more. Now I do think if they trade Harden, they should probably trade Tobias Harris and try to get like, cause and try to get some kind of like, I don't know, like I don't even know what they need instead of Tobias Harris. Like some kind of
This is a
like
good wing.
yeah, like some kind of 3 point threat. Like if they had more first, I would say just like package Tobias and like three first, just go after OG, just YOLO. But I don't think they have those kind of assets because I think they traded two firsts with Simmons to get Harden. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think the Sixers should do?
Yeah, just re-sign Harden and just kind of run it back and maybe like, swap out some role players and maybe yeah.
Yeah, do you think they should trade Maxi?
I don't know. It's like it depends how much value like other teams
That's what I'm
value
saying.
him.
Because here's the thing, like, just think about this for a second, right? Just like and forget about the salaries just for 1 second. Trade Tyrese Maxey, two firsts, OG and Trent. Like, aren't the Sixers like the favorite in the East?
Yeah,
Like, I'd like to think so, right? Like that team could like they already took Boston to 7.
yeah,
Like I think Maxey is like great, but I think the problem is he doesn't offer anything the Sixers need, like apart from transition
hmm
offense.
hmm
Because like he's good and all, but like you never like Maxi like beating someone off the dribble is never gonna be like your primary shot creation
yeah,
like strategy. So it's like I think like you gotta like you can't be scared, man. This is like you don't even know if Embiid's gonna be healthy next year. Like you have to do something. And I think it's either like Maxi or Harris, I think.
yeah. I don't think Toronto will like accept though or like
Yeah, but it's like I wonder if like someone else does. Like maybe like I don't know, man. I was gonna say Maxi for DeJounte, but it's not really worth it for Atlanta. Like maybe you could do Maxi and two first for just OG, and then maybe flip or Harris for someone else. Like that Maxi and two first for OG is actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good value. But I don't know if you get
yeah,
OG and Trent though. But
yeah.
yeah, and of course we have, I don't think you I haven't been keeping too much up with your podcast, but you probably not talked about Boston blowing the game 7, right?
Nah, I didn't. I just talked about like the highlights of the finals.
Mm. So are you on like the same page as me? Or you just think they should just run it back?
Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should run it back, but like I don't think they can beat the Nuggets if they go back to the finals. Like they're like a really well-rounded team, but like I feel like Al Horford's old.
Yeah, it's like
Like
I just can't think of an answer for Boston. It kind of sucks to say, but like there's no real easy solution to do. Like if you trade Jalen Brown, like what are you gonna get back? Like you're not gonna get Dame. I don't think Dame is even available on the market. Um, like you maybe might have missed your opportunity for Beal. Like maybe if Beal wanted to use a no trade clause to only go to Boston, maybe you could have gotten Beal. But
whoa,
like apart from that, like there's no really options. Like
yeah,
Al Horford kind of declining a bit, and like Robert Williams he's good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not as like ferocious as he was in like the Warriors series last year, or even like the Miami series. But it's just like I just think they just gotta pray that Tatum gets better at playmaking, and that's just
yeah.
got and like game decision. And I think that's the only way they can get better. I don't think there's any other solution to it.
And Jalen Brown develops his left hand a bit more.
Yeah, he's got to watch some like you gotta watch some sewing videos on how to like thread the needle. Like, like man, like you know what he reminds me of, guy? He reminds me of like the guy is like he's really good, but like when he gets frustrated, he just keeps like running into the defense over and
Yeah,
over again. So it's like he can like benefit from that too. And it's like I hate to say this, man. Like Marcus Smart, I love you, bro. Like you're a good player. Like you came to Raptors, like yeah, I'd ride with you. But it's like you gotta like on the defensive end, you gotta get like your guys locked in or something. You like the coach. Like, there were just times where like Philly would have like no problem like scoring, and like
yeah,
with that much of defensive talent, it's like you gotta be like better because like I remember when they played against the Warriors last year with the Doka. Holy crap! Like every shot the Warriors take was like some impossible. Like Robert Williams like right behind you. Like Derek White's getting a side contest. Like
yeah,
every shot felt impossible. And I feel like this year, like there were some shots that just felt so easy against them. And it's like you just can't have that. Like maybe you could do like a wide open three if you're helping on a drive, but apart from that, it's like y'all should be better. Y'all were like the very top defense last year, and now I think they're what, like ninth or eighth or something. Not too great, but yeah. Actually, I'm actually curious on what you think though. What do you think of the Miami Heat? Like of the whole run and
That's
such.
yeah. I think some of it was luck because like in the play-in game against the Bulls, like it was a pretty close game, and yeah, I guess Jimmy Butler really stepped up in the playoffs, but he's also getting old. But yeah, I could definitely see them running it back for sure because especially with Tyler Hero, like you have another
Yeah, and the thing
valuable
is
piece.
too. The thing is too is like now that they prove they don't need Tyler Hero to make the finals. Like he's probably gonna be available now.
Yeah.
They're probably a bit more willing to deal him. Granted, like I don't know what they could get for him to be honest. Like I don't think like Aiton's not gonna do much for you. Like you already have Bam, so it's like what could you trade to get something for Tyler Hero? Like Raptors aren't gonna give you OG for Tyler Hero, so it's like
I
what
heard
could you
that
do?
the Hawks are trying to unload John Collins because his contract is like
Yeah,
finishing.
but it's like, do you think John Collins like puts the Heat over the top? Like maybe if he has like that dog in him, maybe. Cause like, yo, do you remember John Collins in like the Sixers series? Yo, man was playing like Hakeem, bro. Like, like his rebounds, his hustle. I was like, who is this guy? I've never seen this guy before in my life.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that since. So like maybe like the Heat could do that, but they'd probably have to maybe get another asset because John Collins kind of like a negative asset. No, not a negative asset, more like a neutral asset.
hmm
But yeah, I mean, man, like you had that John Collins like on the Heat, like that'd be pretty good. But yeah, we talked a lot about the East. I don't know how long you want to go for it, but I'm down to talk a bit more about some of the West teams.
Yeah, we could talk about like I guess the Grizzlies, like how are they gonna move
Yeah, like
forward?
Dylan Brooks, like I don't know where this guy's
Yeah.
going. Like his tweet was crazy. It was just like he would not return to the Grizzlies under any
Yeah, that's
circumstances.
crazy.
Like I think he's going to the Rockets, bro. Like the Rockets or like maybe the Raptors. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like I would not be too
Yeah.
mad. But
His Canadian,
yeah,
right?
he's Canadian.
His from I forgot where it's from, but somewhere in the GTA, I think.
Yo, I'm actually have like a very different opinion than the public. Like I love when players do that stuff. Like I just wish they kind of back it up a little more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
like egging on LeBron. Like yo, we need some of that. We need entertainment. Like you know what they say, basketball is just Kardashians. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's kind of like a different version of the Kardashians. Just
Entertain.
like yeah, exactly. So it's like yeah, I think the Grizzlies like I don't know what moves they could realistically do. Like I heard they're trying to trade Tyus Jones, so like for like a piece.
hmm
So maybe they could do something there. Um, yeah, I don't have too much to say about the Grizzlies. You got anything to say about them?
Yeah, I think they might need I think like Jaren Jackson has to develop a bit more if he's still able to, but I just don't see them like winning the finals. They
Yeah,
just
I'm the same. Like they just play a bit too sporadic. Like their best player, like definitely has some bit of maturing to do at the very least. Um, and yeah, and I just think it's just like they're just kind of like locking themselves up a bit here. Because it kind of seems like we get kind of starting to get in a bit of a routine with the Grizzlies. It's like we hype them up, they go to the playoffs, something happens, some kind of injury or something, and they just don't
mhm.
perform. This year is the Jaren Jackson stuff. Not Jaren Jackson, my bad. John Morant breaking his hand, and then last year was I don't know, it was the hand, I think it was the hip or something. And then last time John Morant also went down, so it's like I know John Morant can stay healthy, like he's kind of proved that across the regular season, but they need like I feel like they need a shot creator. I see this about every team, but actually, like compared to like the Blazers and stuff, like this team doesn't need no defense. They need like a shot creator. I don't know how they're gonna get one though, to be honest. But
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about the Lakers and the Warriors specifically?
Yeah, both teams are getting quite old at this point, but I see
Yeah,
a lot
like
more potential in the Lakers if they can re-sign
yeah, I'm a Warriors fan, man.
Austin
I'm wearing
Reeves and
like I
Rui.
like Warriors, man. But that Lakers, that Kings series, even though they won, like I really felt that was the first time I saw them. Like, damn, these guys are actually like older than the other team. Like the Kings are just like running all across the court, and the Warriors are just
Yeah,
like you could tell like some possessions you just get tired, and I don't blame them, man, because like those guys, and Malik Monk and Fox are just so quick, and like Peyton is the only guy that can use to contain them. Even Wiggins couldn't stay in front of them the whole time,
yeah,
but. I don't know what the move is for the Warriors, to be honest. Because like they're most likely getting rid of Poole because like he and Draymond aren't going to work together, and gotta bring back. I'm not. I don't like Draymond. Like he's a better player than Poole, so they're gonna bring him back. So it's like, ah, man, we might not see them at that 2022 level again for a while.
Yeah.
What about the Lakers though? Do you think D'Lo's coming back?
I don't think they have cap space to keep like D'Lo, Rui, and Austin Reeves, and I'm pretty sure the Lakers learned from like Alex Caruso, and like after like they let other young talent go. I think they're trying to lock down them over D'Lo, but and maybe try to pick up another like guard.
Yeah, man. Dude, LeBron still has it, man. Like he's not like obviously 2016 LeBron, but he was like game 4, man. That man tried everything to win it. I
Yeah,
think he still got it, and he was still kind of injured too. So it's like I think they still got like 1 or 2 years left of contention. Seems like a lot of teams are like that, and we have like one or
yeah,
two years left of contention. But I
yeah.
guess it makes sense though, because like with the play-in, like all these teams who might have considered like throwing in the towel a bit earlier,
Hmm.
kind of considering just going for it all. Like the Lakers probably a couple years ago might have just thrown away the towel because they're like the 11th seed, but they kept going for it. But you know, I just realized there's one team we didn't even talk about at all, who actually could do some very interesting things to the draft, and who actually could be a playoff team. Do you know what team I'm talking about in the West?
Uh, the Kings,
Nah, they have the 10th pick if that helps.
uh, the Clippers.
You're on the right track though. You're in
OKC, OKC.
no, you're getting closer. Just think of like a little bit lower in the standings.
uh,
All right, who did the Kings pass up on in the draft?
oh, the Mavs.
Yeah, the
Holy,
Mavs, bro. We haven't
yeah,
talked about them at all, but it's like
yeah, that's pretty
they
crazy.
can do stuff too. They had the 10th pick. Like they're probably gonna resign Kyrie. So it's like, yo, if we trade 10th pick, like sign Dylan Brooks, like trade the 10th pick, get like a basic 3 and D guy. Like you're not gonna get OG, but like I don't know, Harrison Barnes maybe. It's kind of late here.
Yeah, we can end this soon. We can end this soon.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the Mavs and maybe just one more team, and we'll probably end it off. But
Yeah,
yeah. So like trade the 10th pick, 3 and D guy, and then run it back.
but no, I think they need a bigger big man though. Like, I don't think like Dwight Powell's good enough.
True. So who do you think they should go for? You think they should go for Aiden? What do they have to offer?
I don't think like Aiden like in terms of defense, it's kind of scuffed.
Hmm. I would say Miles Turner, but that guy's never getting traded. Seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that that's what they should do, but I'm not an NBA GM, and
Mm.
maybe Kyrie and Luca like under a bit more playing time together, they just become an unstoppable duo, and they don't really need.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that they gotta trade that 10th pick, like no matter what. Um, I mean, do they though? Like, what if it's like I haven't been keeping too much of the draft though? Like, what if it's like a Mikal Bridges or something? But
Mm,
excuse me, from my understanding, I don't think there is. I don't think there's like a solid 3 and D guy. I guess
yeah,
it's Grady Dick, but I don't know. Just it's always a little risky, just because like, if he's like you enter like Corey Kispert, like that's not someone who's gonna put you over the top. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah. Like, do you think Kyrie will resign?
yeah, I think so. I think very high probability he resigns. Because the way I view it, I saw this in the podcast. I think it's kind of true. Like, why would Kyrie tell LeBron to go to Dallas if he's not resigning to Dallas? You know what I'm saying?
Because he knows he can't, he won't go to Lakers. Like, I don't think the Lakers have like cap space or
Yeah. So it's like
plans.
I think like yeah, I think Kyrie's most likely going back, and also I think it's like I don't know. I just can't see a situation where he leaves. Like he's not going to the Rockets. Oh my gosh, dude!
What if he signs to the
Imagine it.
Suns?
That's funny. But I actually think something even funnier actually.
Mhm.
What if Harden doesn't sign with the Sixers and the Sixers get Kyrie instead?
Oh,
Is a Kyrie and Embiid team better than a Harden and Embiid team?
I don't think so. Because like, I think Harden's a lot better at, like playmaking and like getting the whole team involved. And like Harden can always, I think it's more reliable on the 3 point line than Kyrie, and a bit more
Hmm.
size overall.
Yeah, it's like I like to think the Kyrie team has more potential and maybe a higher ceiling, but I think the average outcome is maybe the Harden team would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. And I think poor Luca, you know what I mean? Like, man has to go through his stuff every year.
Yeah.
Uh, well, Luca, if you ever need to trade, the Raptors are right there, bro.
Yeah.
All right, any other teams you want to talk about?
Not really. We could end off a pretty long episode.
Yeah,
And
that
yeah,
was like a mega episode, bro.
yeah. I guess yeah, that's it for the NBA discussion. I guess thanks for listening, and yeah, thanks Roji for joining again with your incredible analysis and takes.
Thank you. I pride myself on being an armchair GM.
Yes, sir. See you next time. Stay zesty.